an international perspective, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, especially in post-COVID, we are looking for what is the next. And Africa has not been branded as in fashion. And so the opportunity in terms of where this can go is amazing. Countries can brand themselves within niches. I believe international companies would gladly do business with local companies if they were able to support and deliver. But when starting off with anything, you have to learn that area and that niche. You have to invest in that knowledge or bring people in that understand it. And as consultants or advisors or owners or investors to help develop that. And it takes an interest from that local individual to seek out that support. But equally, it takes the interest of associations and government agencies to allow policies to be put in place to protect them, but then also resources, financial resources that they can access to be able to grow and tap into to develop an entity that can support the demand.
Since COVID came, there have been indications that going forward, there will be like an increase in the frequency of pandemics and they could be more severe than COVID-19.
We cannot continue to trade with you, with America, with Asia, but not trading among ourselves. So these pandemics are created a situation where we must look for solutions to be able to trade among ourselves.
I mean, the world economy has changed in a direction where it becomes more digital, more just in time. And recently, the corona crisis has put a premium onto the stability of global value chains. I mean, they all will certainly have an impact on the development of the manufacturing sector in Africa. They have to continue to invest in the basic infrastructure like transport, energy. We'll also mention education. I mean, the industrial worker in 20, 30 years' time will need to have very different skills, and they also shouldn't neglect the other sectors.
Of course, it also needs to take attention to the informal sector, huge. We have about 86% of the labor force in most African countries in the informal sector. Cash transfers through the digital mobile money services, guarantees to guarantee the debt to make sure that the country's the mainstay of the economy can survive throughout the economy and through the first shock, and also be prepared in case a second shock happens after the summer. And the idea for us is to have a platform for policy dialogue, to exchange on best practices with up-to-date data on how to shape better policies for better lives.
And I believe that great ideas need a voice. You've got an idea inside you. You want to share that idea, but you just can't quite get it in a way that people understand it, that they go away and take the action that you want. So my goal is that everybody has the tools to be able to do this. If you get a 1-hour meeting with an investor, you can start with a short reminder pitch. Then you can ask them, so which bits of our business are you most interested in? And they'll tell you. I think the most important thing is feel comfortable, but equally respect the other people and dress sort of in line with what they're expecting. The number one way to create engagement is question and answer. Always have some kind of message about the problem you're solving and how big that problem is.
Large-scale developments, that development that involve, project finance type deals and things. And we've been very active in the space over the last 8 to 10 years.
I have seen it across board, and the story is consistent. Those who have money claim they cannot find projects to invest in, and those who have bankable projects say they cannot find money. In the same ecosystem, you are having this conversation going on. It's getting the business investable. What African entrepreneurs need to know.
It's not sufficient for you as a business sponsor to have successfully run a business, but also we want to know how your ability to manage stakeholders across the value chain.
An investable business cannot take itself away from the location and the country and the environment it finds itself. We also want to be able to look at what exactly is the environmental terrain that opportunity finds itself. Definitely the drivers are there to create those opportunities, and there are 3 things I'll focus on: the people, the opportunity itself, and the environment.
A lot of people, they don't understand that there is a cost of capital. Our livelihoods depend on that. Investors have a requirement to make money on that. So that is not free capital.
The answer is really in entrepreneurship, in innovation, in capital, actually moving to support this innovation and these entrepreneurs and everything.
The customers want to consume goods, right? And if you need to consume and then the government is taxing it, it doesn't necessarily prohibit that purchase. If you really need to get that item, I think it's just imposing certain constraints. How are these governments encouraging the local businesses to give you the service?
We need to consider what are the right policies that are available. How are those policies more protectionist? These multinationals, if they can't get things right here in the continent, then they import from externally from the continent.
I see a situation whereby you're going to start seeing job losses because they don't have enough raw materials. The processing companies may need to backward integrate and actually go help these farmers out and provide the needed support because they are more organized than the primary producers, which are the farmers themselves.
We need to put our best heads together from a business and a practice point of view to work together to come up with innovative solutions that would be able to deliver quality care at a very, very good cost.
What is pertinent and very important for people to understand is that the issue of trust is very, very important. We need to ensure that we earn the trust of the populace. Digital solution whereby you have all the stakeholders within the healthcare space, where processes are transparent, where you have direct access.
Something we keep coming back to is the Abuja Declaration. And as is with you in Kenya, of not being able to hit where you need to be with the Abuja Declaration, I think we should dedicate maybe 2 minutes to talk about why we think national governments in Africa are finding it difficult to put in practice.
We ensured that we sponsored them for conferences and workshops so that they never had to pay for that. It was a requirement, and the researches they did, we actually supported them to find avenues to grow and network outside of the country.